Chan Master Hsuan Hua healing a crippled man on a ferry boat. In the Venerable Master's own words, I once stayed at Longhua Monastery in Shanghai. At night, I laid some straw on the hallway and slept on it. I don't remember how many days went by like that. No one knew that I had mastered the 42 eyes and hands and the Shurangama mantra. Right around the spring of 1948, I left Shanghai to Hankuo, and from Hankuo, I was going to Guangdong to see Venerable Xu Yun. At that time, boats were regularly in danger of capsizing, and so there were a few Buddhist boatmen who decided not to charge monastics, even offering food to them. Because I did not have money, I took one of these boats to get from Shanghai to Hankuo. On the ferry, I met a cripple. I remember that his name was Huang Gulei. This cripple trudged along with a cane. He could not walk upright and crawled with great difficulty. I asked him, "Why do you walk like this? Why don't you walk upright?" He said the government used to control the coal trade and forbade private transactions. He secretly sold coal, got caught, and was sent to jail by the government. Because the prison cell was so damp, he became crippled. As soon as I saw his sickness, I knew it was not due to the dampness, but there was a ghost from his karmic obstructions following him. I saw his suffering and took pity on him. I could heal him, but not at that moment. Why not? If I cured him, many people on board would then come to me and cause a lot of trouble. On the day we were due to arrive at Hankuo at 2 p.m., I had been meditating on the deck from 8 a.m. When the cripple passed me by again, I asked him, "Do you wish your legs to be healed? Do you want to stand upright?" He replied, "Of course I want to." I said, "If you wish to walk upright, throw your cane into the river." "How could I do that?" he exclaimed. "I depend on it to walk. If I don't have it, I cannot move about." I said, "If you throw it away, I can make you walk upright. Why can't you let go of this wooden cane?" He said, "Really?" I said, "I'm not cheating you. Why would I cheat you?" Once I said that, he immediately threw his cane down into the water. Then I recited the Great Compassion mantra to bless his legs as I massaged his knees. After about half an hour, having recited the mantra for 7 times, I said, "Get up." He tried to stand up and succeeded. I said, "Walk," and he could walk. I said, "Run." Right away he ran beside me as if hypnotized. When I told him to walk, he walked, and when I told him to run, he ran. His paralysis was caused by a ghost who tortured him. Why did I tell him to throw the cane into the Changjiang? It was to see if he had faith in me. If he doubted me, he would not have gotten a response. The ghost thought he would never throw away his cane, so when he did, the ghost followed the cane into the Yangtze. That was why he could then stand up, walk, and run. All the people on the boat knew he couldn't walk. Now they saw him walking and running and thought it was very strange. They asked him, "How did your legs get cured?" I had forgotten to tell him not to mention me or tell people that it was I who cured him. He pointed at me and said, "That Dharma master over there touched me and I got cured." Because of this, about 70 to 80 passengers on the boat completely surrounded me. This one said, "Old cultivator, I have a headache, can you cure it?" That one said, "I have a toothache, can you help?" Yet another said, "My arm hurts, what can be done?" Still another said, "I have problems with my legs, can you do something about it?" The next one said, "I have back problems, can you help?" Before this, none of the people on the boat had any health problems. As soon as they saw that the crippled was healed, everyone had some health issues. What was I to do with all those people? I put on an Arhant act. I said, "All of you are just fooling around and deserve a good beating." The one with the headache, I hit him on the head and said, "Does it hurt?" He shook his head and said, "Not anymore." The one with the arm problem, I punched him and said, "Any more pain? Move your arms." Hey, that is strange. The pain has stopped. You're not lying, are you? No. My healing had instant results. It wasn't the case that they gave it a try to see if they would improve. Their illnesses were cured upon my words. As a result, people thought I was some kind of Buddha, Bodhisattva, or a living ghost. Now all the people on the boat had been cured, the money started coming, and so did the trouble. In the beginning, I was penniless, and all of a sudden, I became rich. At that time, we used the so-called legal currency. This person gave me 10,000. That person gave me 20,000. The largest offering was 110,000. Since one needed a ticket to ride a train, and the ticket to travel from Hankuo to Guangdong cost 20,000, when people offered me money, I accepted it. I collected about $700,000 to $800,000. When I first encountered the crippled, I definitely did not have a greedy or seeking mind. I had not planned to heal the crippled in order to make money for travel expenses. I definitely did not have this intention. The people who brought forth their sincerity to make an offering was actually an invisible response. Dharma protector Wei Tu knew I did not have money, and so he encouraged these people to make monetary offerings. He begged for alms on my behalf. Now these offerings were enough to buy 2 train tickets, let alone 1. Isn't it so? If you don't believe this, that's all right. There were also more than 10 people who tried to schedule appointments. One said, "I have a relative in Hankuo who has been sick for 5 years. No medical treatment ever worked. Come to Hankuo and heal him." The other said, "My family member has such and such a disease. Please come to my house." At the time, I did not say yes or no. I just said, "We will talk about this when we arrive at the ferry port in Hankuo." I thought of Dharma Master Fa Xian, who once encountered a merchant who wanted to push him into the ocean. In my case, no one wanted to push me off board. Everyone wanted me to reach shore as quickly as possible so I could cure their friends and relatives. When the ferry reached the port, everyone disembarked from one side of the ferry, while I got off from the opposite side. They all waited for me at the other side, but none was able to find me. When the crippled became well, he took refuge with me and invited me to stay at his place for a while after we landed ashore. I did not go, and I never heard from him again.
We hope you enjoyed one event in Master Hsuan Hua's remarkable life as a young monk.
Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum.